Well, one of the biggest issues facing us right now in this country is immigration and the housing of asylum seekers. We simply don't appear to have enough places to accommodate people coming into our country. In a moment, we'll be looking at the ongoing issue in Roscrea. But first, our reporter Una Smith has been out on the streets of Dublin talking to those who've come into Ireland seeking sanctuary and who've been forced to sleep in tents on the sleeps.
For many of the roughly 600 asylum seekers without state-provided accommodation, it means sleeping on the streets. In recent nights in Dublin, it also means sleeping rough in sub-zero temperatures.
Because I came late the day before yesterday, we slept around the street. We couldn't find anywhere to sleep. We just have to manage by the roadside. So it was then that we now went to the IP office yesterday to do the documentation. And yesterday they said that the accommodation is not yet available. So we are just trying to cope, just to move around.
Did they offer you any accommodation, or what did they say when you said, do I have somewhere to stay?
They asked us to just be patient for a while. They are going to look for accommodation for us.
This asylum seeker and others like him get comfort and warmth during the day from the homeless charities throughout the city. One of them is the Lighthouse Cafe on Pearse Street.
In the last 4 to 6 weeks, so we're getting asylum seekers who are sleeping rough on the street. So often they come here and they're asking me, can I get a bed? Can I get a sleeping bag? And I understand it's cold, but as I said, we can only offer so much here. We don't offer accommodation.
Outlets like the Lighthouse Cafe have other asylum seekers working as volunteers, serving food and giving out warm clothes.
We have experienced a big increase in numbers, but also a big change in demographics. Now we're experiencing a big increase in people from developing countries such as Africa and the Middle East. And I can only refer them to the International Protection Office.
Today's government figures show that the International Protection Office has no accommodation to offer 601 asylum applicants, the housing of whom is now being opposed by some communities in the country, particularly single men, one of whom is Omar from Egypt. He's been sleeping outdoors in Dublin for the past 2 weeks.
6 o'clock is very cold, and we can bear, but after 3 hours, 4 hours, we not can't bear.
Given his experience, Omar says he'd advise people not to come here.
I want to tell these people, if you coming here, you stay in the street, No, you stay in your country, stay with your family.
But having paid traffickers to get here, it's not an option for him to go back home now.
I can't come back because from coming here, I'm paid 10,000 euro. We listen to story for this good country, for good job, good money, good everything. But after coming, we see the life is difficult. It's very hard.
Another couple seeking international protection has experienced the hazards of sleeping rough at a time of hostility towards asylum seekers.
Yeah, so it was night, and then a couple of kids, like teenagers, they just came and they're like, you need to move. And they just keep telling us and threatening us, and then one of them just pulled out a knife and he cut the rope of the tent.
The Irish Refugee Council says they are gravely concerned about the current situation, which puts Ireland in breach of its international obligations on asylum seekers. But from what the government's International Protection Office tells asylum seekers, it appears the situation will not change anytime soon.
When I send their information to the IPO, they are put on what's called the priority list for a bed. But I always tell them I'm not making any promises because I don't know what this means. This might mean you'll get a bed in a few months, for all I know.